action.
Hey, it's Indie Nashville here. I'm with Amanda Valentine in the Valentine studio. And we're here to talk about the upcoming Naked Without Us fashion show. And Amanda Valentine of Valentine Clothing is one of the founding designers first involved with the festival. So tell us about the festival and how you first got involved.
Well, 4 or 5 years ago, I'm not sure how long ago, it's a blur now, Billy and Patrick, who are still obviously running the thing, showed up to Local Honey vintage clothing store, and Shay and I were having a party, and they knew that we made clothes, and they said, hey, do you guys want to try and like put together a fashion show and see what we could do? And we said, sure, okay, you know. And years later, and probably a dozen shows later, we're kind of starting to get it right.
Yes. So from these humble beginnings of just an idea of throwing a fashion and music event, here you are, it's official, you're all over the news, and there's all these great artists and a slew of talented designers.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. And what's really nice is the last night is all the original designers, but the night before is the emerging designers. So every year we kind of, you know, ask they're usually students to participate in it, and so it's neat to bring in like a fresh batch every year. So.
Nice. And so are most of the designers based here in Nashville, or are they all over?
They are, but there are actually some new ones that I think have just moved here or have moved back. So I'm actually meeting new designers every year, which is really exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So would you say this is a pretty uniquely Nashville event?
Oh, totally. I don't know anybody else that does it this way, and I think it's staying true to Nashville because there are a ton of bands, and that's what we do here. We go see bands. So that kind of keeps it relevant for Nashville.
So let's learn more about you specifically. You're telling me you have this fantastic day job that involves fashion and music. What do you do all day?
Well, I dress people in music videos, photo shoots, commercials sometimes, like little clips on CMT. It's different every job, which is really great. Sometimes I'm just dressing a family for a cereal commercial, and sometimes I'm dressing like zombie teenagers for a weird forest scene. So it keeps me very interested.
Interested is good. And so what is all this around us?
Well,
this is your creation.
This is a hodgepodge, and because it's a week before a fashion show, that's why there is fabric and zippers and elastic and everything and dresses that aren't finished yet.
So you're showing a whole line at the Naked Without Us.
Yes.
So what 15 pieces? That's a lot.
That's a ton.
I don't know. Maybe it is not a lot.
It's a ton to make.
It's a lot to make. So what's kind of been your inspiration? What's been behind this?
Well, I've always kind of had this kind of exotic aesthetic, which is really funny because I grew up in Nebraska and it's not exotic at all there. But I think I always like kind of fantasized about places I could never go or had never seen. And so I love like Mayan, culture and ancient Egypt and, just kind of rich spiritual cultures. And so I think it's really fun to try and to be influenced by that richness, but then make it really modern and like try and translate it for today.
So spiritual, modern,
mysticism,
fashion, and a little bit of rock and roll.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
cool.
it.
All right, so check out Amanda Valentine of Valentine Clothing at the Naked Without Us fashion show coming up. Also, to find her stuff in Nashville, you got a couple places where you can find it.
Feedback Clothing on Belmont campus and Nashville Clothing Company. They've got 2 locations.
And for all those people who can't get to Nashville, where can they find you?
avalentine.etsy.com.
Cool. So check out the Etsy store, check out what's around town. I'm Indie Nashville, and that's what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, Indie Nashville again, and we're going to take a behind-the-scenes tour of the Valentine Design Studio. So show us some goodies.
Come look at all my weird stuff. I love Mary. It's kind of a thing. I just like figurines. Here's a little sneak peek. There's going to be a lot of this stuff.
Very cool.
Super wearable, super fun. You're going to see a lot of that at the fashion show.
Cool.
There's a bass guitar that I don't practice enough.
So this is the rock and roll side for me.
I'm waiting for a lesson. And then this is the Wallow Landscapes, which is kind of fun. And then of course, because you've got to keep up with the news, which is important, and then the real news. Little breakdown of the, fall collections, little more fashion.
That's V for Valentine.
Exactly, they named it after me. Oh, let me show you this. This is the reason I have any talent at all. This is my mother, who's like the most gorgeous woman on the planet.
Beautiful.
She taught me how to shop at a thrift store. And sew.
Shout out to Mom. It's always good.
It's really sad. And this is kind of where I keep all my notes and measurements and weird little ideas I'll have, and I'm afraid I'm going to forget.
Cool.
And then anyone who sews knows what these are. These are the sloper patterns. These are all the pattern pieces. And like 15 different kinds of rulers. And French curves and
Very cool.
all the technical stuff. And this is my $10 melody maker that you can get at the dollar store, worth every penny.
A little music therapy.
Sometimes you just need to take a break and turn on a march and just kind of jam. Just jam. Bells.
Cool.
Yeah. What else?
So these are pieces that are going to be in the show.
Well, that's some old stuff.
Yeah.
This one I'm just kind of finishing up. I'm trying to see how many different fabrics I can mix onto one dress and have it still kind of make sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm only up to 4, so I think there needs to be a couple more.
A couple more, yeah.
A couple more.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, there you have it. That's the behind the scenes.